X Bubba Hotep, remember this comment? Yeah, well I hope you get your chewable aspirin ready, kiddo, because mommy's here on time. Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of Ask Meg. I actually recorded my Ask Meg for this week way earlier last week and was so proud of myself for getting it done early. And then I went to edit it and I had a booger in my nose the whole time. Damn it! So, whatever. I'm re-filming this. Now this time I get Penny with me. Look, there she is. Wee-oo, wee-oo. She's not amused. Speaking of my pup Penny, if you haven't seen it already, she did her own question and answer session where I answered the questions for her. It lives right here. Alright, so let's get to answering some of your questions. Again, this time without the booger. It's all good in there. Oh, my lip gloss is messed up though. By the way, I should add that I'm filming this on my iPhone, old school Ask Meg style, because I broke my camera lens. I think it's behind me, right? Yeah? Yep, there it is. It's staring at the wall, sadly. I was moving my ring light, which is also over there, and tipped my camera over on the tripod and smacked my lens. If you saw Ask Penny, which was yesterday, there's a nice lens in that video because Gavin let me borrow his, but then when I noticed I'd screwed this one up, he was already doing something. I didn't want to bother him, so I'm just doing it on my phone. Hopefully my new lens will come in this week, and in the meantime, Gavin will definitely let me borrow. I don't know, I just wanted to not bother him while he's doing his stuff, and hey, it's like old school Ask Meg, so, you know, grainy and stuff. P.S. I'm in my jams because it's Saturday night. Got my Star Wars tank top and my Texas State sweatpants, which I also wore last night if you were following my Twitter. And this is how we're gonna go with Ask Meg this week, because in my super adorable bogey video, I looked so cute. My hair was done, I had false eyelashes on, had like full work makeup. Nope, this time you got my eyebrows did and some lip gloss. Ting! Probably shouldn't have said ting, probably just should have made it. Ting! Alright, this is boring. Let's answer your questions. Arbitrary Order asks a lot of questions. I'm going to go with number 2. What games have moved you to the point of tears? Mine are Spec Ops The Line, Shadow of the Colossus, and Ico. Oh man, off the top of my head, I definitely cried a lot at Professor Layton and the Unbound Future. God, that game got me. That game got me like 3 times in a row. It was so good. I love that game. And that's why I'm so mad Level 5 has said they're never going to continue the chronological storyline past Unbound Future, because there's not like a cliffhanger per se, but there's kind of a cliffhanger. And I would love to know what happens. I loved that game series, and I'm sad it's like a cell phone mobile game now, because it's not actually like the game was. But if you are interested, the Professor Layton games are amazing. Another game that really got me was Last of Us. The beginning of The Last of Us takes place outside of Austin, and no spoilers, but you just hear like a lot of radio chatter and stuff about streets and roads that I grew up off of, and it just made it so real for me. It's already really, really emotional, but yeah, it just struck even closer to home when it takes place somewhere you actually grew up. Regina VD says, okay, I need to know this. Where do you buy all your lingerie? I want in on the cute bras. Of the stuff that I've been pictured in, most comes from either Victoria's Secret or American Eagle. I love American Eagle panties. They're awesome and they always have good prices. They just like last for a long time, which makes it sound like I wear underwear for a long time. I guess I do, whatever. They're still good. Rock it. Yeah, American Eagle, super good, and Victoria's Secret's where I get a lot of what I wear in shoots. Actually, like, most of the first Me and My Place was American Eagle, and most of the second Me and My Place was Victoria's Secret. If not everything I was wearing in that shoot was from Victoria's Secret. They're great for just, like, stocking up on, and they have these, like, am I wearing them right now? I totally am. They have these, like, seamlessy, super stretchy new underwear, and I love them. I got, like, 6 pairs of them. They're awesome. Wicked Creator asks, what is your favorite song from Act 4? So for those of you who don't know, my very favorite band ever, the Deer Hunter, D-E-A-R, released a new album. It's called Act 4, Rebirth and Reprise. It's a really, really great album, and I don't get paid to promo them at all. People keep asking me if they are paying me for all my promotion that I'm giving them. No, they're my favorite band, and of course I want them to succeed. I want other people to like them and listen to them because they're awesome. So no, I don't get paid for that. I just really like them. As for my favorite tracks on the album, I think Waves is amazing. I think everybody's gonna pick out Waves. It's just one of those you hear and you know it's a hit off the album. I call it the BioShock song because it has so many references, or what could be construed as references, to BioShock. And I tweeted about thinking of it as the BioShock song, and Casey Crescenzo, who is the lead singer of Deer Hunter and writes all of their music, he tweeted back and said he's a huge fan of BioShock and that he would love to score a BioShock movie, which would be fucking awesome. So, you know, if that ever happens and they're looking for someone to score their movie, like if a BioShock movie happens, everybody suggest him. Like, the power of the people will demand that Casey Crescenzo does the music for a BioShock movie because he would be phenomenal at it. But anyway, he said he's a fan. So I'd like to think just like maybe in like the dark recesses of his mind, it's a BioShock song. My other favorite song off the album is the Bittersweet 4 and 5, The Congregation and the Sermon and the Silt. I'm saying that off the top of my head, so that might not be the title of the song, but I'm pretty sure it is. And I love the Bittersweet series off of the Act series. I just love all of the Bittersweet tracks, and in particular the Bittersweet 3, Embrace, is incredible, and I think the Bittersweet 4 and 5, The Congregation and the Sermon and the Silt, adds beautifully to what has already gone before it. And the Bittersweet 6, Abandon, which follows 4 and 5 as the next track, is wonderful. I think I actually might like that more than I like 4 and 5. It's really beautiful. If you're interested, you should totally check it out. The album is awesome. It's amazing. It does justice to the rest of their collection, and you should definitely check it out. Again, they don't pay me. I just really like them. Rhythmic Apocalypse asks, if you were one of the Sailor Moon girls, which would you be and why? Absolutely Usagi. Usagi from start to finish. My life is an Usagi storyline. Like, I love her, and I identify with Usagi so much. She's loud and obnoxious and late everywhere she goes, which is absolutely who I am. It's the worst habit to have, and yet I cannot break it. She eats a lot. I eat constantly. She complains the loudest, which I think, like, I don't. She's obnoxious, and I feel like I'm obnoxious. And, I don't know. It works for her, and I hope it works for me. I just love her. There's so much about her that I love. There's, oh my god, that storyline when Mamoru breaks up with her because he keeps having the dreams where he's gonna kill her, like that she's gonna blow up at their wedding, and he breaks up with her, and she's just in front of the refrigerator, like, crying and eating. I identify with it so much. But overall, like, she's such an optimist, and she loves her friends fiercely, and it's just, it all comes from the greatest place of, like, love and adoration, and I admire that about her. I think she's a character that people write off a lot as loud and obnoxious and annoying, and really she has just, like, the greatest of intentions and a lot of love for everyone she meets, and I think that's beautiful. Caitlin D, hope I got them all, asks, favorite marching band memory? Oh my god. That is so hard. Jeez. There's so many. I loved being in marching band. I loved every second of being in marching band. I loved being in marching band so much. In college, I got, like, no credit toward my majors, or my minor for being in band, and I was still in band for a year. Like, I loved being in marching band. It was incredible. You used to meet the best people, and you have so many friends, and I was that kid in high school who would eat her lunch in the band hall, and I would, like, be done with work, like busy work in class, and be like, can I go to the band hall? Like, I would just leave every day and just go sit in the band hall. Like, I was obsessed with being in band, so everything, every single moment was amazing. My band directors, Mr. Weiss and Mr. Dement, were like fathers to me. They were awesome, and I don't know, like, what other activity do you get to meet? I'm sure a lot of other activities. I'm just gonna say, what other activity you get to meet, like, 200 people who are all your friends. Like, it was awesome. Obviously, not everyone was my friend. I wasn't like, oh, I have 200 friends. I was not that cool. But, I don't know, it's just kind of really cool. Like, I was just so into it, and I had so much fun, and yeah, everything. A memory that really stands out in my mind, though, just like besides the overall love of doing it, is my freshman year. We were at Bands of America, and there was a point during the first act of the show when I was on like the front of the, like on this, basically on the sideline, and about to turn around and march to like backfield. But as I was turning, like Bands of America was in Houston, and you know, obviously we're from Austin, so I didn't think I'd like see anyone in the stands I recognized. But as I was turning around, I remember seeing my mom in the stands and just being like, "Is that my mom?" Like, and then you have to turn around and like march away. But she had surprised me at Bands of America that year. It was really, really cool, and I was very excited. It was super cool. Also, this is super nerdy, but I used to help my band director. Like a small group of us used to help mark drill. So if you aren't in marching band, you don't know anything about how marching band works. Basically, when you're on the field, you make different formations, and those are called sets. And you know, you move to different spots on the field to make those sets. And when you are learning where to go, because everything obviously is memorized, you're usually on a parking lot, or we eventually had a practice field, which was awesome, like a cement, like a blacktop practice field. But anyway, you get spray painted dots to tell you where you're supposed to be. So ahead of time, band director and a bunch of nerds, which is like 3 nerds and the band director, will go to where each person is supposed to stand and put a dot there, so that when the whole band is there, it's not chaos to figure out where you're supposed to go. You get like a sheet that tells you like I'm 3.5 steps off the 50-yard line and down from the first hash, you know, 10 steps down from the first hash. So you like get to where you're supposed to be, and then you'll see a dot, and you'll be like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be because I see a dot. I was part of the group that put all the dots there. So it'd be like in the summer before everybody got to band, helping mark drill. And I really loved it. It was really fun, and I am a huge nerd. Emily Code Sass, are you thinking about changing your hair color again anytime soon? Maybe going back to red or another wacky color? Don't get me wrong, you're still rocking the purple. Aw, thank you. I keep wanting to go back to red. Every time I think this is it, I'm gonna finally go back to red. I don't know, I catch like a cool photo of the way I look in purple, and I just really like it right now. And I can't really see the screen much because there's like a tripod thingy that's like clawing it, so every time I catch, oh, there's a stray hair, whatever, it's, you know what, we're going with it. Anyway, I really like purple. It's great. The only thing I dislike about purple is it gets everywhere. Like when I dyed my hair purple, everyone was like, it's gonna get everywhere, just be prepared. And I was like, whatever, I dyed my hair red, I know it. It's gonna get everywhere, okay. You're not gonna fool me. It gets everywhere. Like, I thought red got everywhere. Wrong. Purple is everywhere. It dyes everything. And because I use a conditioner that has color in it, has dye in it, it continually drips color. So when you dye your hair red, you'll get colory drips. Like, you'll get your hair, if it's wet, it'll drip color for maybe like the first week or so, and then you can wash your hair and it's clear. Not with purple, and definitely not when you're using overtone. If I like touch it with water, purple's coming out of it. And if I touch it with shampoo, it is like a massacre of purple. It is everywhere. So I would like to go back to red. TLDR answer. I would like to go back to red. I've already planned out my wacky color for next year, but really like the purple so far. Maybe I'll stick with it. I think the thing is it's so dark, it doesn't like look like a wacky color at first, and then it kind of registers with people that it's not a natural color, and then people seem to really like it, so I don't know. I like it for now. Caitlin Blake asks, what do you do with all the fan art / gifts you receive? Do you keep some / all, or do you only keep a handful that you fell in love with? It is hard to keep all of the fan art that I receive, but I have tried very hard to be pretty good about it, and I have something exciting to show you guys next week, so we'll revisit this question then. Teasers! Oh, Regina VD asked a different question. Double question. What's your favorite clothing item that you own? I love your Tetris dress. Thank you. I've been buying so many clothes lately. I've been really bad about it, but fall's coming. You have to have fall clothes. So I have a lot of different, like my style kind of runs the gamut. Like, obviously there's a lot of nylon in it because I love black milk and I look poprageous, and I have dresses and leggings and tops that are all spandex-y, nylon-y stuff, but yeah, I also have a lot of, like, I got a new pair of jeans from Stitch Fix, and like a nice sweater, and I got some new booties from ModCloth, and a shirt with cats on it. So I kind of have a lot of weird stuff. I just bought, I haven't worn it yet, and I'm really excited. I got it this week. It's not cold enough yet, but it's a sweater, and it has an ugly owl on it. Like, it's so ugly. It's cute. I love it so much. I can't wait for you guys to see it. I can't wait for it to be cold enough. The first day it gets cold, you better believe I'm wearing this sweater. Like, I am seriously so hyped. Also, I'd really like a vest. I keep really wanting a vest. Joe Beretta used to wear them when I worked on SourceFed, and his wife would wear one too. And they would look so cute in their vests, but when I put one on, I look like a farmer. Like, I look so lame in vests. So, I'm still looking for the perfect vest. Mormon Jesus 92 says, I saw that you had posted an AMA request for MTVs Fear, which I had. I did post on the AMA requests on Reddit, asking for somebody who'd been on the show because I'm freaking obsessed with it. His question continues. I was actually wondering if someone were trying to bring the show back via Kickstarter, Indiegogo, etc. Do you think it could potentially be started? I asked this while I watched the series for the third time over in celebration to fall weather. I fully believe the show could be restarted, but the reason the show got canceled was not because the ratings suffered. The reason the show got canceled is because it's really, really expensive to do. So the story goes that the crew was starting to figure out that US locations would be harder to shoot in because people could find them. They actually changed the name of a bunch of locations and to try and get people not to like visit it, because when you shoot somewhere, people often try to like go visit the set of where you shot. So they try to keep stuff under wraps, but there's only so many like haunted locations, and if they wanted to do stuff that's international, which they did a couple of international episodes in season 2, it's very expensive. So the show got canceled because it was expensive, and I think that the same show would run into the same problems, but there's a lot of stuff you can do nowadays with GoPros and smaller technology. Like, they had to fully wire every location they were in with wires and cameras and everything else. So now there's a lot you can do with like wireless technology that I think could be done. It's something that I would love to do. I would cry and quit and absolutely not be able to finish, but I just would love to do it. I think it's really cool. I love watching that show, and I'm always showing it to people. Even now, I'm still showing it to people. So, oh, and that reminds me, actually, I posted a while back, when I was still updating my channel, that if I hit 250,000 subscribers, I would do a live stream where we watched an episode of Fear together. I'm still totally gonna do that. I'm good for my word, y'all. And yeah, I think we're getting kind of close. I think we're at like 230 right now. So if you haven't already, subscribe. Let's watch some scary shit together, y'all. Alright, that's it for this Ask Meg. Thank you guys so much for submitting your questions. Don't forget, if you go to Reddit, r/Meg Turney, you can submit your questions there. And that's where I'm going to be pulling questions from for now. Thank you guys for submitting your questions there. I will check them out. And I actually put in this one when I shot my first video. I'll put in there like, hey, I've already shot the video for this week, so don't put your questions in here anymore, and then they'll start a new thread where you can put your new questions. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys hanging out, and I hope you enjoyed my sweet pajama look. Yeah! And I will see you guys next time. Alright, yeah!